Hello everybody, we're back with another build video. I'm going with probably one of the most popular characters I've seen in Survivor right now, and that's Ash from Army of Darkness. So, in my opinion, he's definitely one of the strongest, if not the strongest survivors, just because he can do so much. He can literally, I would say, lead the team by himself. And what I mean by that is not necessarily playing one versus one, but he can kind of do whatever he wants as long as he's in close proximity of his teammates and able to help them out, because this guy is a tank. And how I build him, I like to build him with high health, high damage, and the ability to use his active ability as often as possible. So I'm going to go over his abilities just in case new people are trying to pick him up and see what he's like. But this guy's a blast, and he's very, very difficult to beat. If you're enjoying these videos, please subscribe. I'm going to be adding more builds as I level up more survivors, and it really helps out the channel and the growth of the channel. So thanks a lot. So his Q ability is Wise Man's Potion. So it's his activated ability. He gets a damage increase for 30%, damage reduction for 50%, health restore for 250, and fear reduction for 30. This is one of the reasons why he is so powerful. He has sustainability, and it works on all aspects of the game by himself. This is what makes him so dangerous. He can go by himself and essentially be a huge distraction for the demon, while the other three can kind of do whatever they want. If you're going to go lone wolf, you almost have to be Army of Darkness Ash, and you won't have any problems. The second part is Shield Blast. So each time you lose a bar, it triggers an explosive damaging any nearby enemies. So that deals 200 damage. That's kind of like an AoE whenever he loses a shield. Next is Finish Strong. After Ash kills an enemy with a finisher, he recovers part of his shield bar, so that's synergy. And then his level 25 ability, the Weapon Mastery with Chainsaw. So the Chainsaw has a faster attack speed, it deals health bar, balance bar, and dismembering damage. So he's the Chainsaw Master. So moving on to the points, I'm building him kind of a tanky hybrid damage. So this guy is going to be very hard to beat, and he is going to have a high damage. Now, he might not have the highest damage he could possibly have, but I'm sacrificing a little bit of that for more sustainability and more Q use, when Q use meaning his active ability. So last hit of your combo causes increased damage. I only put 1 point in that just because we don't use the last hit of the combos very often. I use animation canceling. It's part of the game for me. So I am doing a lot of quick attacks, moving, juking around. So sometimes I'll throw a heavy in there to finish out a combo, but this is just a least reliable piece of damage. So Reinforced Amulet, incoming damage reduces when you have a shield active. Even in 4 points, I don't think 12% is that great. Plus, you're kind of going against your own ability there, where it prevents that shield from breaking, so you kind of don't get that AoE burst that you would as much if you were to max this. So I kind of just leave this at 1 just to get to the end here. Improved Amulet, shield bar, same thing. I don't really want to go too hard into the shield just because of the synergy with the AoE, plus he's going to be plenty heavy enough. I don't really feel like shield is too mandatory. And then on to fear. This is one of the big things. If you're going to do a lot of solo, you need that flat 20% fear reduction if you're going to be by yourself a lot. So I put this on a lot of my main characters. Next one down, Artful Dodge. I like it. I do a lot of moving around. This could potentially be higher, but how I'm building it right now, this is kind of all I have to put in here, just so I can get to Industrial Strength. I think 25% bonus HP is huge. It makes him even bigger, and it kind of has synergy with the active ability. So I think 4 points is something I want to go with, just to kind of have that bigger sustainability and ability to take more damage. So moving on to quicker cooldown. 10%. This is something I could potentially knock off, because 10% is pretty awesome, but it might not be as beneficial. But that Q is too good. I am popping that constantly if I'm running around by myself, to lower the fear, to increase my damage if I find a random mob. The active ability is, in my opinion, the best in the game next to Cheryl. So I think this was to use it as much as possible cannot be a bad thing. Moving down, increased general melee damage. This is just a flat 15% melee damage. He's definitely a melee survivor, and he focuses mostly on melee damage as opposed to range. So I maxed that out just for that flat damage. And then the bottom I have just more basic defense. This is a general defense, so 3% or 3 points in Tougher Than Hell, which is 10% damage reduction. So I like that one. Second Wind increases the melee damage you deal with your health drops below a certain thing. I could actually see pushing this up a little more if I have some spare points somewhere. Maybe I don't like the Q cooldown, but below 50%, you get 20% bonus damage, which is pretty good. So this might be something to look at in the future, or maybe something to toy around with on your own if you don't necessarily care too much about the active. Stunning Strikes, I'm using this one just to get to the last one here, and I do 3 out of 3 and one-handed weapons. Now, I prefer one-handed weapons. If you like other weapons, that's fine. You can go for the two-handed, but me personally, I prefer to use the sword, the chainsaw, and those are not super hard to come by in a match, so I try to grab those and stick with them, getting that flat 15%. And you definitely want to get the chainsaw to go with his weapon mastery, which would add with the weapon master one-handed. So that kind of wraps up my build right now. He just hit 25, so I'm enjoying playing him right now, but I'm going to move on to different survivors. If there's a survivor that you would like to see, please let me know in the comments, and I could potentially level that up if that's one you'd be interested in seeing in the future. But I plan on doing my builds currently and then an updated build later down the road once we see some patches. But this character is definitely one I could see potentially getting some balance fixes, and then we'd have to reevaluate our builds after that point. So if you like the video, please subscribe, please like and comment. Our last video with the Hunter did really well, so I hope you guys enjoy these builds as they come, and I'll see you next time.